We're still here. It's still Friday. It's the last show before the end of the year, before 2024 stops. And it's actually the last show for season 1. We're going to start season 2 next year. So why not? It'll be season 2, monetize, new day, new world. But there always will be some breaking news. Come on. All right, the very first thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about Night Court just for a second, because Night Court, if you haven't heard, it's coming back January 2nd, but one less cast member. Kapil Talwalkar actually has left the cast. Now, they had this whole thing saying they're going different creative direction and moving on without him, and they're going to do different characters. Now, he was already building up to maybe a possible love interest for Judge Abby Stone, but creative differences, to me, it sounds like he was fired, if you ask me. That's not confirmed or denied by anybody out there at CBS or on the show itself. It's a very popular show, but creative differences usually means you're fired in Hollywood. So that's all I'm saying. But he's not part of that family anymore. But Family Guy is coming back. But they're doing a little change for Family Guy. They're switching up when it's coming out. Now it's going to be moving to Wednesdays. That's right. Starting March 6th, if you want to watch Family Guy, it's no longer on a Sunday. You have to watch it on a Wednesday. And the last time it was on a weekday was like its second season back in 2001, and it got canceled. So hopefully that's not a sign that Family Guy will be going away. That's all I got to say. Wait, they brought back Night Court. Night Court's doing very well, Queen. Yes, it's been shooting. They were shooting before the strike. They shut down. They started shooting again once the strike ended because of one of those productions that fell into that gray area that, everything's ready to go. So they started right back up, and season 2 is going to start debuting January 2nd. Very soon. But Family Guy 2, moving away, and I'm very excited to see what happens when it moves to the weekdays. Hopefully it's okay. Hopefully it's no sign that it's going to be going away, because it's a great show. It's lasted a long time. It's all about family. The Family Guy. But a family that's having a little bit issues right now is Cher, because Cher right now just filed a conservatorship, wow, can I talk, with her son, Elijah Blue Allman. And she's saying the reason why she's doing this because of his alleged substance abuse issues. So she says it's urgent matter. It's needed to happen to protect Elijah's property from loss of injury because he is currently unable to manage his assets due to severe mental health, she's saying, and substance abuse issues. Now, there was this whole thing that Cher actually went after him and had hired 4 guys to kidnap him out of a hotel in New York and then brought him out to have an intervention. She's like, that's not true. She's just a really worried mother, and because of what's happening with her son's life, she needs to get involved. And, it's like, she's like, I wouldn't kidnap my son, but somebody else that was almost kidnapped was Holly Willoughby. And we talked about her whole project over at the this morning over in the UK. And she'd been doing that show for a long time, and she almost got abducted. It was a whole plan. The guy was arrested, and they found all these plans to kidnap, murder her. And so she decided to step away. She's like, I'm not going to do talk shows anymore. I'm done. Well, now she's coming back. It wasn't even that long ago we talked about this year. It's funny to reminisce on the year we've had. It wasn't even that long ago. Now she's coming back to do ITV's Dancing on Ice, and she's going to be one of the judges over there. She's replacing Philip Schofield. She's replacing as co-host. So good for her that she's able to get past all this, because it's very tough. I can't imagine having someone wanting to kidnap you. It's just really tough. Sounds like a serious situation for Cher. I think it is too. I think it's a serious situation for Cher. But also Holly, I'm happy she's coming back because it's great, but she had some legal troubles with that guy, and somebody else is having some legal troubles is Pierce Brosnan, because Pierce Brosnan, everybody, well, he was arrested at Yellowstone because he walked into the wrong area of Yellowstone. There's an area where there's geysers and a lot of hot springs that are way too hot. People can actually die, get burnt very bad. People have gone to swim there once in a while. It's happened. They've said the reports have come in, and they've made a whole area where you can't go into because of that. He's been ordered to appear at the Yellowstone Center of Justice for the alleged entering off limits of the national park. And now James Bond apparently cannot go swimming in any hot springs, apparently. I don't know. I would think that Pierce Brosnan would be okay in this world, but also like I don't know. They said there's trails, go up the trails, but how do you even know? Who fucking knows? But honestly, hopefully this gets cleared up fast, and hopefully he's okay to get back to work. And I don't know, it's a big deal out there, I guess, but it's also BS to me. I hate what everybody thinks about this tonight, because it's really one of those most interesting things I saw today. And I was like, that's wild. But, he might be going away from Yellowstone, but Wonka might be coming back, because Wonka, everybody, it's doing better than we thought it was going to do. Right now, it's made $270 million. Everyone's saying it's going to bomb at a budget of $125 million. Has $100 million domestically right now, but now it's breached that $270 million. So now it's going to make money. Warner Brothers must be very happy, because Warner Brothers has just not been doing that well, as I've been saying. And this project they were expecting best for Timothée Chalamet is also doing Dune. But overall, it sounds like it's doing all right. There might be a sequel. WB has a lot to deal with, though. They've also actually acquired Blue TV. It's a streaming platform that over a Turkish television series overseas, and they've been actually 35% membership of this already. They already acquired much of the funds. They've been funding this for a long time, since 2021, and now they've actually acquired the whole thing. They have subscription on-demand service in Turkey, and the company will now merge together with Warner Brothers. So if you're a fan of Blue TV, get ready, because there's more. And Warner Brothers needs a win. They don't have Harry Potter anymore, but we hear more about Harry Potter right now because, well, Gary Oldman came forward and said that he thought his performance was mediocre in Harry Potter. And Gary, I love you, man. Worked for you on Meg. Gary's phenomenal. He was awesome in this. He just said it was mediocre because he didn't really read the books. He didn't have the backstory. Everyone else knew all the information, but for him, he didn't really know. He didn't do any kind of research. He just got into it. It was a weird time in his life. He said he had just gone through a divorce. He had these kids to deal with. He said it actually saved him because he didn't know what he was going to do. He couldn't take these big jobs anymore. He had to raise the kids, but he did this. And then he also did Batman, The Dark Knight, because, he was like, Batman Begins actually began at Dark Knight. But he did that too because it was a smaller role. It made good money, and it was great for him. He was also almost up for, apparently during that whole process, he got Commissioner Gordon, but he was also up for Scarecrow, which is interesting to me. I mean, Gary has some great roles, and I think that he could have been great playing anything because he's an awesome actor. But good choice making him Commissioner Gordon because he's awesome. I mean, there was a bad choice to cast George Clooney as Batman, but they did it. But George Clooney's also Adam Sandler now, and this is kind of a weird combination to me. George Clooney and Adam Sandler in a movie. This must be a comedy. Of course it is. Of course, it's by Greta Gerwig's husband's actually doing this, and moving forward with him and Clooney for Netflix because that's all Adam Sandler does these days. And there's not much information about it, but it's a plot being a funny and emotional coming of age film about adults. So that's what you got. Pretty much it. And hopefully it's good. I love Adam Sandler. They have some good hits lately. He's really all into Netflix. And someone else that's working for Netflix more is, well, Pete Davidson, because Pete Davidson, everybody, is doing another stand-up comedy special from Netflix. Coming back for a second one. And good for him. I mean, good for him, I guess. It's called Turbo Fonzarelli. All right. And the plot they're saying, or the pinpoint for it is like delivers on what it means to grow up and turn 30, discussing love, life, and living in the woods. I guess, Pete Davidson. So good for him. This is the second one. The first one came out like a year ago. It was 2020, I think it was. And now he's going to be doing this one. It's coming out January 9th, 2024. So not that far away. So if you like Pete Davidson, great. Netflix is bringing him back. And if you like streaming, you don't want to pay a lot of money. You don't want to do it. But Amazon says, you know what? If you don't want ads, you got to start paying more money because Prime is not so Prime anymore. Now you pay $2.99 more starting when? January 29th for Prime with no ads. Doesn't matter what your subscription is. $2.99 more. If you don't, you're going to have ads. Ads are coming in. That's going down. And they said they're going to be like, not regular television ads, like less ads. It's going to be, minor ads, but still they have to increase ads because it will allow them to continue investing in compelling content and keep increasing that investment over a long period of time. Let's call, an orange and orange, an apple, Game of Thrones thing they did, or actually Lord of the Rings thing, how Rings of Power failed really bad. That needed to do really well for them to freaking keep Prime moving forward. They banked on that. They spent so much money. And now because of that, Prime Video is just freaking going downhill. And so who's going to pay for it? The consumer's going to pay for it. That's what happens. Fuck Amazon. I agree. Take Jeff Bezos' big Amazon fucking missile penis, shoot into space, and tell him to suck it. That's all I can say because he's pretty much the devil at this point. But also, Terry Gilliam wants to cast Johnny Depp as the devil himself, too, for his new project called Carnival at the End of Days. And it summarizes the plot of God wipes out humanity, and only character who can actually help humanity and bring humans back to life and save them is Satan. So apparently Johnny Depp's going to play Satan. That's the idea. But I don't know. It could be good. Johnny Depp's awesome. But Terry Gilliam's movies haven't done that well over the days. Think about that Don Quixote movie. It kind of failed pretty bad, and it was doomed. Johnny Depp was supposed to be in that too. It went back and forth, and eventually Adam Driver did it, and it worked out for him, I guess. Didn't go too well, but a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news.
Yo, player. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pep Star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.